Hello and welcome to the Dead Air Dudes. I'm Izzy.
I'm Raka. Welcome back, guys. How's
Welcome back,
everybody been?
everyone. Good. How you been, Raka?
Just Petey.
Oh, well, sounds good. All right. We have one quick tidbit of information that came up late today, and I want to bounce it off of you, Raka. All right. You remember Django Fett?
Yes.
Okay, well, Tamura Morrison, who played Jango Fett in Star Wars Attack of the Clones, will appear in the second season of Disney Plus' Star Wars series The Mandalorian, playing none other than Boba Fett.
Really?
How do you feel about that?
I'm in between. I think it was such a spectacular first season. I'm not sure this is necessary. You don't want to detract it. I understand you want to connect it. Um, Not sure if that is all necessary. There were some rumors swirling around that Mace Windu might reemerge. And it depends on Samuel Jackson's hectic schedule if they were somehow going to work his possible, either his spirit or he survived the fall or something into the Mandalorian. Again, that's rumor has it. It could be a lot of fluff just to build a little
Of course,
bit
you're
of
already reintroducing a character who supposedly died in the Sarlacc pit in Jedi, and we all know that the Mandalorian is after Jedi. So,
supposedly. Again, those are the
I
same
mean,
rumors that are
I read
swirling around.
three different reports. It says Boba Fett is expected to have a small role in the second season after the character was teased in the first season's fifth episode, The Gunslinger, as a mysterious figure approaching the lifeless body of Fennec Shand, Ming-Na Wen, with the boots. You remember? Or not?
Yes.
There you go. Now,
I mean,
everyone was wondering who that body was, who killed Ming-Na Wen. Or
I can see how it works in. They're all of the same lineage. I get it. That would be interesting to see how it all plays out. Obviously, more is going to come about. We last left the Mandalorian with looking for the baby's people, right?
yes.
And try to get him to his own people so they can raise him, protect him, save him. But this has now
Well,
become
you're
his
gonna make you're gonna train him to in the ways of the Mandalore. So
right. Merge that with the fact that he already has, at such an early age, and that's relatively speaking, because he's a 50-year-old baby, he has um, he has shown immense force within him.
yes, he's force sensitive. Well, more than that,
Choked out,
he has the force actually. So
he has the force. I mean, but again, you're talking about in relative to his race of Yodas, he's young. You know, Master Yoda lived to almost 900 and change, which
he is the age of Jalen.
funny you brought that up. I read so many articles lately about who do you believe to be the strongest Jedi's, who do you believe to be the strongest Sith, and there was such a plethora of names I had not come across. So I'm sure it's part of the whole
Look,
expanded Star Wars
I'm not
world.
even going to attempt to even really get into that. I have to do my research and remember the names, but there's a lot of characters in Rebels and
Oh yeah,
all that stuff that
it's
we need
expensive.
to. Well, you do know that they actually. I don't want to mess up the name, so I apologize to all you fans who
Advance warning.
Ashoka.
Yes,
Well,
I
she's
believe you. Any
yeah.
way you say it.
Well, I do believe what's her face is playing her from Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Rosario Dawson is playing her in Mandalorian. I guess season 3 or season 2 or whatever. They haven't, but she's gonna play her. So
And
anyway,
full confession, I am a fan. I'm an adoring fan of Rosario Dawson.
yes,
She's
yes, I am a fan of all her work and all her work. That being said, let's get on what we intended to do. We're going to give you a quick review of Walking Dead season.
10,
There you go. As we all
which
know, Yes, we all know season 10 did not end. It ended with episode 15, as because of all the coronavirus and the COVID things, they
Because
could
of the
not
Rona.
give you, yeah, exactly. They could not give you a finished episode because post production was not yet finished. So we will see the ending upset season sometime this year, hopefully.
Right. They cannot give a timetable. They hinted at a few projected dates, but like everything in life right now, all you can do is project and cross your fingers and hope. Safety comes first to production and crew and actors. Totally understand that. But unfortunately, it leaves us all hanging. And so we're going to give a little gift to you guys at the end of this segment. We're going to give our best guess of what happens, who goes down, who survives, and how this moves on to season 11. Okay, Izzy, you want to start us off with where season 10 starts?
All right. Well, basically, season 10 starts at where season 9 ended.
Okay, brilliant.
I'm sorry.
Elementary, my dear Watson. All right, so full disclosure, we're probably sauced right now, so we're just going to take this on. Come on, let's just move it forward. So this is a few years following, right?
Yeah, no,
We have
we'll continue the time jump that we saw after, spoiler alert, after Rick's quote unquote demise, and the time jump progresses as far as you have the Whisperers, they disappear for a long time, and then you have um the whole winter storm happens, people die, everything continues, and then you
we got
have
satellites falling from the sky. We
yes,
got fires blazing. We got threats from the Whisperers. Don't cross our boundary. We have good-hearted, you presume, benevolent, good-hearted people from basically the Hillside community and others to say, no, we got to put out this fire. You know, it's all for humanity's sake, but they crossed the line. They crossed some rigid, hardcore guidelines that Alpha had set in play. And so she goes, in my opinion, she always wanted, she was hell bent on getting all these people. She wants to destroy the world, turn everybody into a zombie. So this was just an out. It was just an out for her, an excuse.
This is all just an excuse to get everything completely freaking her way. She wants complete annihilation of the human race because she wants just complete anarchy. She wants complete.
She wants to. Now let's take a little sidebar. Let me ask you. Take a poll of your pulse here.
Good.
How nuts is she? I mean, she's
scale of 1 to 10, or
enough to create some awesome tactics, but she's a little bit off her rocker.
A little bit is saying very little. She is.
But she comes up with some devious plans.
She's out of.
I mean, tunnels hidden into Alexandria. I mean, she has herded a whole army of dead in secret locations. She has sent espionage, spy after spy, into camps to not only create a false sense of security, but to gather information. I mean, she's a brilliant war general.
The problem is,
but she's off her freaking loony mind.
When you have someone who doesn't give a shit about A, herself, B, anyone around her, and the people that she has with her, she uses to her whim as just pawns in this great war, or whatever, she wants to call it. Then it doesn't matter because your mind is just focused on the task at hand, which would be to eliminate whoever's in front of her, to take over, you know what I mean? Using her horde and everything. So her killing a bunch of people that she doesn't give a shit about, it's no big deal to her. After she gave away her daughter, we shouldn't give her away.
Yes, her own daughter. Okay, so let me ask you this: who's crazier, Beta?
Oh well, I mean,
that's a legitimate question. Because no, Beta apparently gets revealed. It was some hot Southern country star.
Well,
Um,
it's like the saying goes: who's worse, the person who does the bad thing, or the person who follows the person who did said bad thing? Who's worse?
Now he has a thing for her, obviously, and I'm sure it's not reciprocated, but
But I'm
he's
not
just
sure if it's a romantic, type thing. I think it's more of a
zealot.
maybe. I think that she brought to him an idea, an ideal, a way of life that he maybe in a sick, twisted way always yearned for. Maybe not in this way, zombies and the whole 9 yards. That
I
he
gotta disagree with you, bro. I gotta disagree with you because look,
he's
the
what he
minute
think
Negan
this
stepped
happened.
in,
He just fucking it just flipped a switch in his head and he just became crazy. I
no,
doubt.
but no, I'm talking about his infatuation with
Oh,
Alpha.
okay.
Because the minute Negan stepped into the picture, oh, it became a cockfight.
It's possible. I get that.
And then let's not forget about the poetic zombie like mask
spoiler,
wearing scene.
Negan did not really
The
infiltrate
nasty
them, but
infiltrate. What a word!
showed up at their doorstep, and then
You know what I'm talking about. Infiltrate
he did the nasty with
while wearing the mask.
in
Okay.
which I give him kudos for saying, whoa, 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 it's a bit too much for me. And she's like, nah, chill. You want a piece of this? Masks on. And he was like,
Now he's got almost 10 years in lockdown without any ass, right? So I guess, any is better than none. And I mean, Negan is Negan. If he's going all the way with this charade, he's going all the way.
well, back
10
to
second
Beta.
salute.
Back to Beta. I think
Beta.
Beta is worse than Alpha.
I think Beta has one singular motive. As far as Alpha is devious, cunning, plotting, I think Beta is.
She had the flaw. She had the weakness, which is her daughter. Beta has none of that.
No, Beta lowers his heads, and he just wants to proceed in an aggressive manner and slaughter everyone in front of him.
Whoever the person
Perhaps
was that he used, I'm sorry to cut you off. Whoever the person was that the face he's wearing, that's the last person he gave a shit about. Besides,
yes, supposedly a best friend or something. We don't know. They allude to it, which is good. It's good that they tell everything.
Once it got ripped off halfway, he lost his shit.
Yes, because it took away the last bit of someone he cared about and defaced his past. Let me ask you this question, which a lot of fans have asked, and I want your opinion. What do you feel about all these supposed new people that pop up, survivors in trailers people who come at the doorstep, a married man, guitar player, and all this stuff? What do you think of these people? It's way past now into the future of the zombie apocalypse. How the hell are there standalone mini groups of survivors?
Well,
to me, it's a big flaw. They should have not went there because
I don't think so because you're in a rural area, okay? You're not in the city. So if you told me in the city, theoretically, it's so dense with population and someone gets it, hell, I mean, look at real life. We're on the East Coast. COVID ran rampant. Matter of fact, going deeper, we're in New York. And look what happened. Okay, what's to say that God forbid a freaking zombie virus happens? What would happen? All the big cities will get knocked down first.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got from let's go maybe 13, 14 years back when it all started until the point where we are now in season 10. Yeah. You've got armies and armies of different camps and different dictators taking hold, basically sweeping through every square inch for resources, and people are one of the resources. How the hell did these people pop up in trailer? Like when Negan met the so-called fan of his that told it around his leather jacket and Lucille.
Yeah, but
And then, I mean, you met a mom and dad and a kid in the trailer. Where the hell have they been? They've escaped all of these people through the years? A little bit far-fetched. It's much of a reach. I understand introducing new characters because you killed a whole lot of other ones. But you can't give this kind of storyline that they just happen to be wandering survivors. Don't buy it. Sorry, I think it's a fatal flaw in this season.
you know,
I'd rather they come fragmented from a camp that was strong that fell apart and something like that.
maybe,
I've been wandering for
yeah,
10 years on my own. Get the hell out of here.
we don't know. We don't know.
All right. Oh, well, anyway, those are tidbits without really getting to the heart of and all the
For the
all
record,
the baby mama drama that's going on, which I could live without.
to get back to that real quick, one little fun fact, a little tidbit that maybe all you do not know. That was Michonne's last episode on The Walking Dead.
Yes, unfortunately. How did you feel about that ending, that exile to her? I don't think it was as ceremonious as it could have been.
I mean, you know, I already cursed 3-4
They left the door open.
I call it bullshit. I mean, you know, it's like
I do.
they introduce a character.
I see what they're doing. They're leaving the door open because she's going to return in some form.
All right. Again, another spoiler alert. The rumors are she's going to reunite with Rick.
Right. And tried to.
We're supposed to make 2 movies in which she reunites with Rick, and that's it. But as far as on the show, they're both gone. They are not reappearing on the show, which goes into some other news which I read, I say maybe less than a week ago, was that AMC Universal had a squabble, and now the supposed movies are not going to be shown in the theater. They might just come on AMC. I don't know, on the TV channel.
On some kind of pay-per-view, I'm sure.
If they're smart, they would, but I mean, who knows?
All right. Well, fans, without blowing up everything, we just touch on some of the major parts. We're going to turn now to a segment where we're going to predict, as alluded to before, the season finale, which has not been completely shot and finished in production. But it's one of those times, like every ending of every other season. Ride or die, baby. Who stays, who lives? Thumbs up, thumbs down. And what do we foresee for season 11?
Are you going to give me names and then I spew my?
Let's go with the big one. Let's go with the big one. What happens to Negan?
I think Negan survives. Obviously.
Does Negan kill Beta?
No. Beta stays.
Does Beta get killed?
Beta becomes the big bad of next year, of next season. I'm sorry, whenever the hell the season, continues, or
Will Beta possibly die, and the Whisperers get either consumed or annihilated, or somebody else comes into play?
Not.
I think you know who.
I think
some other entity.
I think this season, or next season for that matter, will be the continuation of Beta leading the Whisperers, and then finding Beta, someone who has no remorse, someone who doesn't care about anyone, but not even himself, but the cause, I guess, right? That would be.
Oh God, no! I hope they don't make that mistake and continue on with this.
At least for the first half of the season, that's definitely what it is. Now
they have alluded already to, you know what I'm going to say. Fans out there already know. They've already alluded to this tri-symbol commune, the greater entity out there that has helicopters and machine guns and possibly civilization and Rick and Michonne. Do they pop up now, or are they going to milk this another season?
I think they'll probably pop up at the beginning of the second half of next season. I do believe in the book that were called The Commonwealth, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. I believe it's right, The Commonwealth.
And that is where, again, spoiler alert, you guys can pick it up, whatever. That's where Rick meets his demise.
Spoilers, don't watch this episode.
I do not think that Rick will meet his demise in the same way as in the comics. And
I actually think he's going to survive.
Yes. I think it's.
And I actually think he will be part an integral part of the Commonwealth. I believe he's not going to be a farmer. I think he's going to be a big wit in there. They probably gave him. Rick goes out thinking he lost his son.
He did.
He lost everything else. He lost his wife. There's no reason to stay, and he probably thought he was on death's doornail.
Was literally,
and he was, and then he was salvaged, and God knows what he thought, and they're going to work this in somehow in some kind of soap opera like melodrama, I'm sure. But getting back to season 10. All right, Carol.
Who?
Does Carol?
Oh,
Carol.
Yeah. What about her?
What do you think? I mean,
Well,
King Ezekiel.
We gotta have the King Ezekiel's.
Ezekiel's gonna die.
Minds. Of course, he's gonna die. We all know he's gonna die.
And I don't think he's gonna die natural causes. Even if he does, you got to put him down. So you got a fragmented.
He will try to get a warrior's death.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Whomever
he dies
fights.
saving Carol or something to that effect. Maybe he dies.
All right, and so let's move on to what I say for last that everybody is. Well, no, I think there's more to do, but Daryl is one of the last, if not the last, surviving member of the original cast.
Oh, him and Carol, right? That's it.
Yeah, and Carol is older. I don't know if Carol can absorb as much emotional distress as she's already losing a daughter, losing now. So she's fragmented. She's on the edge. Now, Daryl, where does he go with this?
Talking realistic real life, I mean, obviously Norman Reedus is probably going to become the lead actor or the lead character on the show. So obviously, he's not going anywhere,
Well, we said that about Rick.
And Rick didn't die.
True, but he left the show.
But
how about the son? We never thought the son would take it.
He wasn't one of the main characters. He was, but he wasn't. I mean, there were 4 or 5 characters ahead of him that were bigger.
But how ironic is it? Darrow's not even in the comic books.
That makes it even all the better.
Possibly.
That is better because I mean, like I tell you right now, in the comic, Carol's dead. There's no Daryl. So it's just Eugene becomes the third. Well, Eugene
this is the last thing I wanted to touch.
The third and fourth, most popular characters in that sense.
What I wanted to touch base on. Okay, he's got this blind date set up. They go on the date. She's wacky. She's antisocial. She is she's out there, which is perfect. A perfect pairing. You can't ask for a better marriage. There's got to be something further. I do believe in my heart of hearts. I do believe the commune, the community, whatever, the new big empire. I think they will rear their head maybe halfway through next season. I agree. They may not kill off the Whisperers right away, but I do believe they're going to rear their head. And maybe by season 12, you're talking about to wrap things up and kind of segue into the other shows and the movies.
Now, let me ask you real quick before I forget and whatever. What do you think of the character they introduced? The princess? Was it the princess? I guess her name was.
Yeah, the girlfriend, the radio girl. Yeah, she's a little wacky. She's detached. So she got a little unhinged from things that she's done and seen, and her sense of reality is a little warped, like running through the minefield, playing with dolls, having a tea party. Yes, she's a lot out there. I think she and Eugene have this genius.
Her character was one of the better ones I've seen in a little bit. I mean,
well, it interjected new life into the shows where you keep running about the same characters. But this is great because this pulls in somebody way different. And why not they survive? You know what? Maybe they should survive. Everyone else who thinks rationally, plans and all that stuff, they end up dying in some way. or is forced into positions where they can't make these decisions. Her and Eugene are like the perfect survivors. They see option C all the time. We just look at A and B, black and white. They somehow move on. They've come up with thinking out of the box survival, which is why I think she's a keeper. She's going to play a pivotal role. I hope so in the next season to come, which we've exhausted a lot of possibilities here. We wanted to put some food for thought. Obviously, in line with tradition of The Walking Dead, somebody big has got to go.
Of course.
Maybe two. So we'll end the show here by announcing who we think is going to be the big axe taker. Take it away. And it can't be Gamma or somebody. It's got to be somebody, a doctor or nothing. It can't be. It's got to be somebody significant.
I mean, big. I mean, I think Aaron's going to get it. I think, honestly.
I don't know if he's that big. He's bigger.
Okay, you want someone bigger than that? How about Rosita?
I think Kara might get it.
I think Aaron's gonna get it. I think maybe Rosita will get it too.
Rosita's not a bad deal.
I think Rosita. I think it would give. It would, really mix things up. I guess,
Well, as far as who's taking 3 men and a baby with the dead baby.
There you go. Exactly. Well, 2 men. One's gone already, so
All right. I mean, yeah, they set up the king to go.
Well, the king's gonna go, but I mean, we know that. I mean, it's already foretold. It's a matter of how he goes. Whether he goes by natural causes or he goes by,
Well, all right. This is my gun to the head, Rocca moment.
Go ahead.
I think Negan takes it.
No. I don't think AMC would do that right now. I think they still need a quote unquote star to lead the. I think Negan will have a huge role next season.
In Dead Air Dudes fashion, I bet you a 4-pack, Negan takes it.
I'll take that action.
Shake. All right, people. This is our season 10, The Walking Dead recap, review, spoilers, predictions, you name it.
Everybody's waiting for that, but it was more of a discussion, I guess.
Good hodgepodge of Walking Dead with a little tidbit.
What do you guys feel? Agree, disagree? Let us know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow our podcast and all that good stuff. So, signing off. I'm Izzy.
I'm Rocca. And for all you guys that listen, tune in, and like us, we appreciate you. Stay home, stay safe, save the whales.
Save the whales. Take care.